I've been homesteading for a decade, and in all that time I've never done what I'm about to do today. Honestly, the reason I haven't done it is because I've been too afraid to. Let me know in the comments section, what have you wanted to do homesteading wise, but you've been too afraid to start, to try it? Today I'm gonna face my fear. We're going to do something I've wanted to do for a long time but have not. And the story kind of starts with these guys, pigs. Pigs were the second animal that we ever brought to our homestead, and we've been raising pigs now for almost 10 years non-stop. We took a year or two off of pigs when we moved to Pennsylvania, but since then we've had coonies and Idaho pastured pigs. Back in Connecticut, you'll probably remember, if you've been watching that long, let us know if you have, we used to raise the big pink pigs, Yorkshire landrace cross pigs, and really I just love raising pigs. At the same time, all those years, I've been learning and practicing home butchery. I learned to butcher my own meat first on deer. The first animal that I ever processed was a deer. And I had a Field and Stream magazine that told you how to butcher a deer. I had that in one hand, a sharp knife in the other hand. I had just shot the first deer I ever got with a bow and arrow. And yeah, I taught myself how to butcher a deer, and not long after that, attempted a pig, chickens, and the rest is history. Here we are. You might imagine, having raised pigs for a decade and having become like an amateur butcher, at-home butcher, that A plus B equals C, I surely have, I don't know, made bacon. Bacon. And no, I have never done this before. For a decade of raising pigs and being an amateur butcher enthusiast, I have been too scared to tackle making bacon. Today we face our fears together. We're gonna make some bacon, and we're gonna survive, I think. I taught myself how to butcher, and basically that meant, you know, cutting up the animal into different cuts. So I can cut a deer, a whole deer, into steaks and roasts and grind. And I can cut a pig into steaks and roasts and grind. And I can even cut the shape of bacon out of a pork belly, which, as you see, I've done. These pork bellies are like a year old. They've been sitting in my freezer because I've been too worried to take the next step, which is curing and smoking them. I might have left them in that freezer for another, well, who knows how long, another couple of years. Thankfully, here on this homestead, I have somebody who pushes me out of my comfort zone all too often, which is, well, why we have a homestead in the first place. And that is Kay. You could have guessed that. Kay is the reason we're making bacon today. So let's bring this to the house. Wow. We don't want that smoke getting in the house, so make sure to close it right behind us. Okay. Got our smoker ready. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make bacon. If you're wondering why somebody who's been raising pigs and butchering pigs for almost a decade now hasn't made the leap into making bacon, what have I been so afraid of? When it comes to basic food safety, I actually think homemade, home butchered, home raised food, there's less things that I worry about. I am way more likely to have nice clean beef or clean venison or clean pork on my family's table when I process it at home versus what I find at the grocery store. I feel much more comfortable about what I feed my family when it's our own product. I know if the animal was healthy or not. I know how we handled and processed that meat. But when it comes to something like smoking and curing, especially the curing element, there's a lot of variables. You think about with curing bacon, those curing salts that you use, you gotta handle them the right way. They're used for curing meat, but they're not something that should be ingested on their own. So it's like working with a substance like that kind of ekes me out. Also, if you do the cure wrong, how do you even know if your meat got cured but it's now funky or bad? There's a lot more unknown There's things I haven't learned yet, I have zero experience with, and so I've been afraid to take this leap. But Kay gave me the nudge that I needed. This is a Pit Boss vertical smoker. I actually bought this just so that we could make bacon, and I've experimented with it. We've done ribs, we've smoked our own ribs, we've smoked some chickens and a few other things, so I now know how to do the smoking side of things, and today we're gonna do the bacon. I'm gonna get this ready, prime it, and then we're gonna start smoking bacon. So let's see if we can get this fired up and working. Pit Boss, this is a vertical pellet smoker, so you plug it in, you put wood pellets that are food grade into it, and it burns the wood pellets. It's on a timer with an auger. It has a thermostat, so it keeps the temperature you want, and it makes smoking pretty easy for someone new to it like myself. It's time to start smoking. I got the smoker fired up and smoke's pouring out of it. I'm gonna hang my bacon and we're gonna smoke it for a couple hours. Ah, man. Okay. Let's see if we can get these hung. Get them all to fit would be another thing. I don't know. There we go. That looks right. This is all pork from our Kuni pigs that we butchered. You can actually watch us butcher them in another video. Ah, man. I keep losing them on the meat hook. I wanted to smoke all of this all at once, but I don't know if it'll all fit. Okay, so all of our pork belly is now on our vertical smoker. We got our wood pellets in there. I gotta actually fill it to the top so we can keep going all day. We got it set to the right temperature. It's already been cured. Now we're just smoking it for flavor. And throughout the day, we'll keep checking on it, refilling the pellets, making sure there's enough water in the drip pan. And hopefully by the end of the day, we have amazing edible bacon that I'm not afraid to eat. So Kay gave me the nudge to do this, and by nudge I mean she cured all of the bacon. We had it in the freezer for a year, and she kept saying, when are you gonna make bacon? When are you gonna make bacon? And just me being anxious about, you know, working with curing chemicals and actually knowing how to do it properly, doing the curing and all that, I just kept skeeving myself out of it. I kept being like, oh, I don't know. So finally Kay was like, fine, I'll cure the bacon, you smoke it. So she did. She took all the bacon out of the freezer that we'd had in there for, like I said, almost a year. And she took the curing salts. She got the curing salts, got a recipe on how to cure them, the right ratios of salt and pepper and all the other things that you need. We cured them for a week. You put them in a couple of vacuum seal bags, flip them once every single day, and then dry them off, which I just did last night in that fridge, which you saw, where we went and got the bacon. And now I've got them in this smoker. It's raining today, so we had to put the smoker out on the porch there. Underneath there's a metal roof up over above us, so we're not too worried about it. It's good to have a partner when you're homesteading with somebody who pushes you and you push. So things that I'll push Kay to do, or Kay will push me to do, we're good for each other, we keep our homestead moving forward. I asked over on Instagram, if you don't follow us on Instagram, I'll have a link down below or right there pop up, you can follow us. I asked in a poll, what are some things that you're afraid to do on your homestead? Yogi Hollow Farm said breeding our Kunis. Debbie Ray says, I think I'm killing my first duck today, might chicken out. See, we all have things that scare us. Mac Farms Eli, our buddy, said on-farm butchering, something that he's been afraid to do. And Kay, who's a smart aleck, said she's afraid to feed me bacon that we've made ourselves. The way this pellet smoker works is pretty cool. Back here is a hopper full of wood pellets. Those wood pellets fall down this shaft. They hit an auger, which puts them into the chamber here, and as you can see, they burn and the smoke just gets coming up and out of it. The pellet smoker actually cooks what's inside. Right now the internal temperature is 215 degrees. So it's cooking the bacon a little bit, but it also, as you can see, coming out the top, there's lots of smoke coming out the top. So we get that nice smoky flavor. We'll take a quick peek inside. There's the magic. We got the wood pellets are down here. They're burning. As you can see, the little bit of fire and the smoke coming up, rising up, cooking and smoking our meat, bring it up to temperature. And actually, I want to check the internal temps on these thin ones first. These are the ones that are going to be done soonest. So we'll keep a meat probe in there. We're able to do all our bacon, the two big ones at the top, all the little ones dangling here. Pretty good. We've been checking on the bacon all day, coming out here, adding pellets, adding water, smoke. Come on, pup, get out of here. He got sprayed by a skunk. I don't want my bacon smelling like skunk. Come on, get. What we're gonna do, we got our little meat probes in there. I'm gonna stick them in the middle of the bacon. We wanna see 150 degrees in our bacon slabs. Oh, they look so good. So we're looking for the center. This guy here is pretty fat. Let's look at his center. And then I'm gonna take one of these big ones up top and plug them in the center. I'm gonna get to 150.
Oh, what's that?
We've been smoking for about 4 hours now. There's a lot of meat in there, and it's not cold out today, but it's not warm. So it's taking a little longer than we expected, but we got plenty of pellets. It's the kind of thing you start early in the day because it could go and go and go, and you just want to be ready for it if it keeps going. All right, the time has come. This one I got a meat probe in right now. The middle.
The middle. Oh, and one. Back with me. 1, 2.
Middle's reading 150, so that bad boy right there is ready. This is our first finished slab of bacon. We took all the bacon out of the smoker and we put it back in the fridge for actually 2 days just to let it chill, age a little bit more. And then we set up our slicer and our vacuum sealer and we started cutting and packaging. So now we are packaging all of our bacon. This process is working really good. We have a LEM slicer. I'll have links below to the smoker, the slicer, the vacuum sealer we're using. Basically, we take this slab of bacon, we square it up, we throw it on the slicer, we slice it, then we put it onto some parchment paper. This is my trick to packaging the bacon so it thaws really nice later. It doesn't freeze solid like a block. I take it on the parchment and then I fold it onto itself, so it's always parchment touching the meat. It's never the bacon touching another slice of bacon. The last piece kind of tells you what's inside the package. I put on top. Then that goes into our vacuum seal bag. Just like so. And then when you vacuum seal it and label it, this is what the finished product looks like. This is what the finished product looks like. It allows you to see what the bacon that you're about to serve, the quality of it, and it's easy to thaw. do you think?
Great.
Oh, you already ate it. Goodness, I can't catch. Hold on. Let me take it.
Spicy?
Spicy.
Black pepper, a little black pepper.
All right, I haven't tried any yet. Just cooked up some this morning.
I did.
Oh man, it smells so good. This is the first time we've ever made our own bacon. First taste.
And then you die instantly.
Oh man. Oh wow. Dang it, that is so good. Oh my goodness, that is such good bacon. What were we waiting for?
You were afraid.
I was. Wow. Oh man, that bacon's so
Not
good.
hard.
No, it was not a super hard homestead project. It was actually really fun. And now we're like already excited about making new flavors and things. So it's got that like, we got over the scared part and the like worried part and the how do we do this part. And now it's like, ooh, we could do this and this. And that is the fun part about like tackling your homestead, the things that makes you kind of afraid, tackle it. And then it's like so many more things open up, so much more excitement. Do it. Whatever you commented below that you're afraid to do this year, tackle it, try it, and let the homestead world open up with new things you can do after you tackle your fear. Oh, I need another slice.